Hello and welcome to the channel Science Maths and Engineering. Today we are going to solve the Assam Public Service Commission, that is APSC, Aegcl 2023, that is Assam Electricity Grid Corporation Limited, that is Aegcl 2023 Mechanical Engineering paper for Assistant Engineer Part 2. So let's get started. The casting defect which occurs near the ingates as rough lumps on the surface of a casting is known as, so the answer is, it is known as sand wash. Okay, so this is the one sand wash. It is the here low projection of on this deck surface of the casting is there. Okay, so it is called sand wash. And what these other casting defects like shift, swell and scab are also discussed here, so we can go through it. We'll go to the next question. The purpose of the riser is to, so what is the purpose of the riser? So it is to feed the molten metal to the casting in order to compensate the shrinkage, and it also acts as a heat source so that the molten metal in the riser freezes last, and thus it promotes directional solidification. So as there is molten metal in the riser, so because of this molten metal it will give heat to the casting, and so the casting will not freeze first. So the riser will first the casting will freeze and then the riser will freeze. Okay, so we'll go to the next question. During cold working process, A, grain structure is distorted, B, strength and hardness of the metal increase, C, surface finish is improved, or D, all of the above. So the answer is all of the above. That is, during cold working process, grain structure is distorted, strength and hardness of the metal increases, and surface finish is improved. So we'll go to the next question. The temperature at which the new grains are formed in the metal is called, so it is called recrystallization temperature, and the process of heating this metal up to this temperature where new fine grains are formed so that the original grain geometry can be restored is known as recrystallization. Okay, so we'll go to the next question. In welding copper alloys with TIG, that is tungsten inert gas, arc welding, A, direct current with straight polarity is used, B, direct current with reverse polarity is used, C, alternating current is used, or any of them can be used. So the answer is direct current with straight polarity is used. Okay, so next, which one of the lathe parts mentioned below is not provided with a power feed? Whether it carries compound rest, cross slide, or lead screw. So the answer is it is compound rest. So compound rest is what? It is hand operated and it is used for obtaining angular cuts and short tapers. Okay, and it is also used for the convenient positioning of the tool to the fork. Right, and what this cross compound rest, that is which is also known as compound slide, is mounted on top of the cross slide. Okay, and it has degrees mentioned in its base. Okay, so go to the next question. The helical groove which extend to the full length of the drill body are called, so they are called flutes. Okay, and they also help in removing the debris and chips as the drill advances. Now the parts of a drill other than the flute is described here, so you can have a look at it. So we'll go to the next question. The high cutting speed and large rake angle of the tool will result in the formation of, so it will result in continuous chip. Okay, so here I have given the favorable factors for discontinuous chip, continuous chip, and continuous chip with built up edge. See, if it is a brittle material, then it will always give discontinuous chip. If it is a ductile material, but if we have low speed, low lubrication, small rack angle, and excessive depth of cut or poor surface finish, then it will give discontinuous chip. It will give continuous chip if we have high cutting speed, we are using coolant, we are using polished tool surface, we are having bigger rack angle and smaller feed and sharp cutting edge. Okay, then we may have continuous chip with build up edge if low cutting speed, excessive feed, small rack angle, and lack of lubricant. If one or two of them are in combination, then we will have continuous chip with build-up rates. However, if all all of these factors are there, then we may also have discontinuous chip. So we'll go to the next question. A grinding wheel gets glazed due to, so what is glazing? So the answer is, so a grinding wheel gets glazed when there is wear of the abrasive grains. So actually glazing means when the wheel becomes smooth and it can also provide a rubbing action. Okay. Now if our abrasive grains are weighed out, so the cutting points that is there of the grinding wheel will no longer be there, and so it will become dull. So it will be consequently providing only a smooth rubbing action, which is known as glazing. Okay, so go to the next question. Which process is used for producing fine surface finish? So the answer is tumbling is used for producing surface finish process. Okay, so here these components are loaded in a revolving drum or barrel carrying abrasive particles, water, sawdust, wood chips, sand, cinders, natural stone, or similar scouring materials depending on the nature of the work. So we may not use all of them, but we use some or a combination of one or two of these particles depending on the nature of the work. Okay. Then the other options, that is short pinning, it is a metal working process I have described here in detail. Then sintering is used in powder metallurgy. Okay, and then swagging is also a metal working process. So you can go through the definition. So we'll go to the next question. For machining a casting on a lathe, it should be held in. So it should be held in a forge chuck. So a 3-jaw chuck or a 4-jaw chuck can hold any type of material, whether it is metallic, non-metallic, or any other, that is not an issue. However, since casting may produce regular as well as irregular object, so a 4-jaw chuck is a better option than a 3-jaw chuck. So we will use a 4-jaw chuck for cutting, for holding casting, for holding a casting that is to be machined in a lathe. Okay, so we'll go to the next question. Sine bar is used to measure, so it is used to measure angles. Okay, here we use geometric definitions, and then we can find out what is the angle that is sine bar that is metal is causing, and with the help of the sine bar. So we'll go to the next question. The smallest measurement that can be recorded accurately with an instrument is called, so it is called least count. So given a note of all the other options that are in the question. So we'll go to the next question. The degree of repetitiveness is known as, so it is known as precision. Okay. So again, these are the same options that was there in the previous question. However, I have repeated that so you can go through it. So we'll go to the next question. When the dimension is expressed as 20 plus 0.035 and minus 0.025, the tolerance is, so the tolerance is the upper limit of the dimension minus the lower limit of the dimension. So it would be here 25.035 minus 24.975, that is 0.060. We can also get it by simply subtracting the lower limit from lower deviation from the upper deviation. So 0.035 minus 0.025, so 0.035 plus 0.025, that is 0.060 mm. We'll go to the next question. The algebraic difference between the minimum limit and the basic size is, so it is known as lower deviation. So if we see the previous example, so 25 plus 0.035 and minus 0.025, so this 0.025 mm is the lower deviation and 0.035 is the upper deviation. Okay, so go to the next question. CNC drilling machine is considered to be a, so it is a point to point controlled machine. So next question. If A is the total items consumed per year, P is the procurement cost per order, and C is the annual inventory cost per item, then the most economic ordering quantity is given by, so it is given by root over 2AP by C. Okay, so go to the next question. CPM is the, so CPM is what? It is a activity oriented technique. So CPM means critical path method, and it is a activity oriented technique. So we see the order of the activity and then see whether which activity we can have more time and which activity should be done in the least amount of time. We go to the next question. Graphical method, simplex method, and transportation method are concerned with. So the answer is they are concerned with linear programming. So next question. In a LPP, there are n variables and m constraints. The condition of degeneracy occurs when the number of allocated cells is, so it occurs when the number of allocated cells is less than m plus n minus 1. So this is again a operation research problem. So um, we can go through it in detail later. We go to the next question. Dielectric is used in, so it is used in electrode discharge machining, and here sparks are produced between 2 points of the anode and cathode, and the intense heat that is generated near this zone melts and evaporates the materials, okay, in the sparking zone. Now when the sparks are generated, the charge is carried from the cathode to anode with the help of this dielectric fluid. So next question. In a counterflow heat exchanger, oil enters at 100 degrees centigrade while water enters at 20 degrees centigrade and leaves at 60 degrees centigrade. The overall heat transfer coefficient is given. The effectiveness of the heat exchanger is, so it is, the effectiveness is equal to the actual heat transfer divided by the maximum heat transfer that was possible. The actual transfer, heat transfer, we can write is mass of the cold water into specific heat of the cold water into temperature of the outlet of the cold water minus temperature of the inlet of the cold water. Okay, that is a Q actual then. What will be the maximum heat? The maximum heat would have been the mass of the cold water, the specific heat of the cold water into the maximum temperature that was attainable, that is TH1 minus TC1. Okay. So the cold water could have gone to the maximum of, from 20, it would have gone to the maximum of 100 degree only. No, we cannot go more than that. So that is the maximum heat transfer. So from here we get it is 60 minus 20. MC into CC gets cancelled. So we have 60 minus 20 divided by 100 minus 20. So it becomes 0.5. The answer is 0.5. So with this we come to an end to the part 2 of the APSC Aegcl 2023 mechanical engineering paper for assistant engineer. Okay. So we'll come with the following parts soon. See you. Thank you and see you in the next one.